Let's look back about a year. Hello, it's James here. Thank you for tuning in today. This is going to be another old video of mine, slightly adapted from a previous business. In this video, I take a trip to the Military Influencer Conference and then explore Washington, D.C. a little bit. This happened September of last year, so 2019, which means it wasn't 2020, and as such, well, it's the world before. Now, while there will be some mentions of the old business, this is mostly me telling my personal story, so please keep that in mind. And one thing I noticed watching it a year later, many, many life events later, is that this is when I start to see a decline in my mental health. It's subtle in there, but I'm not happy, and I allude several times to the stress and how busy things are. So, yeah. Anyways, without further ado, here you go.
And I am finally ready to put out the video about the Military Influencer Conference. We've kept getting busier and busier with all sorts of stuff. Amazing news about the new facility, new products coming out, tons of orders. We've been just absolutely swamped here. With that said, I've been telling you for a while that we are going to make this video, and so here it is. The only thing is, I found that I took a lot of little videos that do tell a great narrative, but there's a lot of gaps in there as well. So I'm going to be narrating it, popping in and out of the video right here throughout the whole process. After lots of travel this summer, it was a little bittersweet to be leaving the family again, because it was for a really good reason, but still parting ways, and that's never fun. Took off from Bozeman, headed into DC. Not a bad flight at all. I flew on Frontier Airlines. It was my first time doing such. I usually fly Delta or whatever the Army sends me on. But this time, flew Frontier. It was insanely cheap to fly there. I think round trip is $246. And you know what? They might be a no-frills airline, but they say exactly what they do. And not only that, they've got some pretty cool snarky little signs, which I really enjoyed. The flight went well. The folks on Frontier were amazing to work with. Really, I quite enjoyed the time. Getting into town, I checked into my hostel. I like staying in hostels because they're super cheap. Next, I need to actually get to the event. That was fun. It's just a short 4-minute walk away. Not a huge deal.
There's cops parked everywhere. Every single intersection has a cop car at it this morning. And I'm not sure why. Okay, I spoke to one of the cops. It's the Adams Morgan Day Street Festival. So, there you go. Anyways, I am on my way, my short 4-minute walk, apparently, to the DC Hilton, which is where all of this is taking place. So, nice little opportunity to stretch my legs. The hostel was really nice. A lot of you might be wondering why I'm staying at hostels. They're cheap. I mean, like, dirt cheap. And let's be honest, all you're doing there is sleeping anyways. It was $29. Why wouldn't you? Everyone's so nice, and for a CPG company like us, it's an awesome opportunity to have some free breakfast and also try out product on customers.
When I got there, they were still setting things up. I was there pretty darn early, so I had time to explore a little bit.
Where am I supposed to go? There's no one here. I found Troopster though. Lots still to do today, apparently. Lots to do.
Then met up with my friend Raymond, the Marine rapper. We went and had some breakfast at a local coffee shop there, and of course, had to chat up some crickets. The rest of the conference went really well. Met lots of awesome people from all over the world, and also from a lot of big companies who hopefully will have some stuff coming out with here in the next 6 to 12 months. We pitched in the Street Shares event and won $5,000 for second place. Not bad. Additionally, I was very fortunate to be a judge for the Veteran Shark Tank, one of the regional qualifiers in DC. So got to meet all the guys there again, see some really cool businesses pitch, and I can't wait to see what happens in December when the finals come up. While in DC, I made a point to try some of the local places around my hostel and around the conference. Lots of great food. So here's some other videos of stuff going on in the conference, just so that you guys get a feel of how awesome it was.
I had to realize that, and I had to understand that myself, because I am an African American guy. How many African American guys are racing in NASCAR? I'm gonna show you. 2. Yours. 2, that's it. So most people will look at that and like, oh yeah, you don't really have a shot because you're not. No, if I don't have a shot, it's because I didn't do something right. I did not get it.
So, guys, Betsy, we're going to start started. Very excited to see everyone here at the Military and Veteran Community Choice Awards. Actually, they cover, of course, your
I'm not brighter than anyone in this room. It's a fact. I'm not more heroic or whatever you want to call it than anyone in this room. What I am is a veteran. I'm a human being that served this country because I love this country. I love what this country represents. I love the opportunity I get in this country. And this country's not perfect, but find me a perfect country other than Norway. You know?
So the conference was pretty straightforward. Meet other military influencers. I was mostly just busy with the 2 pitch competitions. And after that, I had a little bit of extra time before my flight back to go check out DC. Now, I haven't been to Washington, D.C. since President Ford's funeral. I was part of the Coast Guard Honor Guard for that. And we didn't really get out much during the event. So I've never really been to D.C. It was cool just to walk around and see all the monuments.
Way less bikes here than the Netherlands, but just as many people in the morning. It's so secret, they put it on the car. It's the Military Influencer Conference, MIC or the MIC. It was fantastic. There's a group of people there from all over the world, not just the US, all over the world, all of which US veterans or military spouses. We even had some people from Australia there, probably other countries I don't know about, that they were spouses or military members from their respective countries, not just the US. So it was a fantastic gathering of all these veterans trying to make a positive difference in the world. There were several different tracks. You could do real estate, founders, social media influencers, all sorts of different things. So it was very well rounded. USA, as always, came out. Comcast, Universal was there to support the veteran community. Those 2 companies especially do an amazing job. My boy Raymond was there, the Marine rapper, representing Los Angeles. I don't do that anymore, so he was doing a good job there. And it's not just social media influencers though. There's people other than the Marine rapper there. I also just realized I'm in Washington, D.C. on September 11th. So, needless to say, security is tight. Can't really go too close to a lot of the main buildings, although the monuments all appear open. So, let's go check those out. So, MIC, again, just fantastic organization, fantastic event. It's going to be happening again in San Antonio in 2020.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
So next September, if you're able to come and see the festivities, I highly recommend it. Also, in case you didn't see, we did take second place in the Street Shares competition. First place would have been nice, of course, but the validation is always very much appreciated. The competition was amazing. Very awesome companies that were in there.
Too many people for that one.
Do you think these two ever fight? I mean, they're almost the same. And they're neighbors. The embassies. All down the road. So I'm sitting in the park near the Vietnam War Memorial. Both Kathy and I, our fathers, served in the Vietnam War. We come from a veteran family. It's really interesting to see the impact of war memorials around this area, especially right after going to the MIC. And I'm going to start on my way back towards the hostel. For any of you that have invested in Cowboy Cricket Farms or wonder how we spend our money, just look at this. You can see we are not spending it on expensive hotels. I've been staying in a hostel the last few nights, slept in someone else's floor in their hotel room once. So we're not wasting money here. Everything goes towards building the business, building the brand, and really just hustling and putting everything in the right place. Next month, we will be at Inc. 5000, part of their military and veterans program, so that's super exciting. Kathy and I have not been able to get away for almost 10 years without kids. So we're very, very excited to have a weekend together.
That was the first and last time that Kathy and I would have a vacation with just the two of us the entire time that we were married, or at least since we had kids, which was most of the time. Take time for those around you, folks. Don't work yourself to death. It's not good for you, not good for others.
And meet all the awesome folks at Inc. 5000. I'm sure that most of you guys know what Inc. magazine is. But for now, gonna head back towards where the hostel is and meet my cousin at her restaurant, Tryst. So let's go from there. Crashing out at the Denver airport for tonight. Thank you, USAA, for the blanket. It's a little after 3 in the morning. I can't sleep, so I'm wandering around the airport. Turns out, not a whole lot here. Back in Bozeman.
And that was that. Great time meeting lots of people, but very, very happy to get home. After I got home, Kathy, the kids, and I went for a hike up to a waterfall. Montana is one of the most gorgeous places in the world. Very, very fortunate to live here. And now it's all about spending a little bit of family time before the next trip.
And on that bombshell, that's it. More videos coming up. Click, share, subscribe, notification bell, all the YouTube-y things. And you may have noticed the shirts I've been wearing recently. So yes, I have partnered with a new company called Atropia to get the word out about them, really. So, you know.
The Atropian people have been oppressed for far too long. But American lives are not worth Atropian oil when all we have is one unicorn to guide us into the future. Become part of the resistance now. Atropia.us.
Go away, airplane.